What's up, guys? My name is Presley Kane, and I really hope you're having an awesome day. Today, we're going to be talking about how I prepare 3 months worth of food in roughly 3 hours. We've got about 45 minutes of prep time, cutting all the vegetables, getting everything. About 2 hours of cooking time because we need to divvy out all of these really big servings into individual platters, and then we've got about 30-45 minutes to package all the meat and put it in the freezer. So total in time is about 3 hours if you're doing a batch this size. If you're doing a single crock pot batch, it's much less time, and the recipe for the single crock pot batch of this will be linked down below. Will be in the description. And if you want to multiply that out to a bigger recipe size, that's what this is, the bigger recipe size. But I encourage you to try this in a small batch to make sure that you like it before you make 3 months worth of food that you don't like. Stay tuned to the end for the final reveal because it's going to be awesome to see where this food starts and where it ends look-wise. You're going to be flabbergasted. And without further ado, let's get into it. There's zucchini, there's squash, there's butternut squash. And I very much struggled with the butternut squash. It was awful to cut. I think it was unripe or something. I'm not sure. It was terrible. But we got the job done, and carrots are absolutely amazing. That's what we got. The big carrots, we're going to cut them. We're going to get all the dirt off the outside. We're going to cut them, and then we're going to puree them later. So they don't have to be too small because we're going to blend them anyway, but you can leave them whole if you want. Vegetables, we got some celery as well because celery tastes good. I like celery. And you can use just about any vegetable that you would want for this dish. There's pretty much nothing that I've tried that tastes bad. In this specific batch, I forgot to do mushrooms. I usually do mushrooms as well. Next up, we got the onions. Onions are awesome. This dish is going to use a combination of onions, garlic, and ginger to really get that flavor bomb and that flavor profile out from this food. The combinations of ginger, onion, and garlic are my favorite flavor combinations for just about everything. You can use it with beef, pork, chicken, fish, whatever. It works with everything, and it is such a powerful combination. We're going to cut up the onions so that they're small enough to be sauteed, because what we're going to do to really bring out those flavors is we're going to saute onions, garlic, and ginger together. We're going to salt them liberally, and these are going to really caramelize and emulsify and really break down into a beautiful tasting flavor bomb. How many times have I said flavor bomb? Ginger paste is awesome. You could also use fresh ginger if you really wanted, but I see no reason for that. So coming in hot, we also have minced garlic, because minced garlic is so much easier than regular garlic. Again, there's a theme here. This is a college cooking video. I'm trying to be healthy, but not so healthy that I'm doing a lot more work. There's a risk, there's a ratio there of health versus time input, and I'm not putting input. I'm not peeling 10 cloves of garlic. That's just so tedious. But hey, minced garlic is awesome. And again, liberally salt this. This is going to be your best friend because the salt is going to take out the moisture, drive out the moisture, and it's going to caramelize and saute a little bit better. We're also putting some oil down because these vegetables do not have a lot of oil with them already. So we need a little oil. I could have put way more on this in hindsight. So while that's cooking, we're going to puree the vegetables, and then again, this is very repetitive, but essentially what we're doing is we're taking our giant mound of vegetables and we're going to puree them in the blender. We're going to add a little bit of water as well so that is a nice soupy mixture, something that is drinkable, something that you could put in a drink if you wanted, because this is going to help incorporate everything later on. This is the first pour in the giant tub. I got this giant tub because previously I used to try to get everything even in different trays and build it in each tray as I was cooking the trays, and that just did not work. So I got a giant tub. I cleaned it, don't worry. And we're going to build everything inside this giant tub, and it's going to be awesome. The mixture is going to go insane. It's going to look a little bit rough though, but stay tuned for the finished product at the end. The finished product is absolutely phenomenal. We've also got some canned tomatoes going in. If you get the whole unpeeled tomatoes, then they are the higher quality ones, because if they're either whole peel or whole unpeeled, I'm not sure about that. just the whole tomatoes, because the crushed tomatoes, the cut tomatoes, the pureed tomatoes, those all tomatoes, they use the lower quality ones because they're being cut and pureed. You're never gonna know. Whereas if you get the high quality ones, the whole ones, they're gonna give you the grade A ones and they're the same price. So just get the whole ones. And again, I'm pureeing all these because I don't like the texture of vegetables in my food. I'm a little bit weird. I will eat it, absolutely, but you know, if I'm cooking it myself, this is how I'm gonna do it. It also incorporates a lot easier and cooks a lot more evenly. So this is also a ease thing as well as a personal preference thing. And again, tomatoes coming in hot. I know it looks kind of weird now, but it's gonna be awesome. And I know what you're thinking now, Greek yogurt, Presley, you've absolutely lost your mind. You're going crazy. Well, Greek yogurt, the probiotics in Greek yogurt are going to react with the ground beef when we marinate this overnight, and it is going to be absolutely phenomenal. It's going to make the meat super juicy, super tender, and it's going to break down the enzymes inside the beef. And again, we're using ground beef, so it's not as important, but it's still going to help, and it's also going to put this little hint of a sourness inside the entire dish. Just a hint. And it's going to be nothing you're going to notice. If it wasn't in there, you would not be able to, if I didn't tell you it was in there, you wouldn't be able to pick it out, but you would go, oh, this has a little bit of better flavor in it. And then peanut butter is absolutely insane. I know. I don't really know why this is in there. This is the one thing that I just do because that's what I learned. And this is a rendition of a dish between, it's a mix of American vegetable soup and a Indian curry type thing. I'm not sure the exact Indian cuisine, but in this Indian cuisine they would use ginger, onion, garlic, a cashew paste, which is just ground up cashews, but I'm allergic to cashews, so I use peanut butter. And then they would also use a Greek yogurt, and they would marinate their meat in all of this, and it would create a great flavor profile. And I really liked that flavor profile when I was traveling in Asia last summer, so I brought that back and kept it with me. And I combined it with American vegetable soup to essentially get this. And now we're going in hot with a lot of ground beef. I used 18 pounds of ground beef for this recipe, and then an additional 4 pounds of deer meat. In each serving, I will put about 0.4 to 0.5 pounds of ground beef or meat in each. And that will be a very good source of protein for me. This is my main source of protein at my dinner meal. Now we're on to the lentils. Lentils are a superfood, and please, if you can incorporate anything from this video into your daily cooking or into your meals in general, use lentils. They are absolutely phenomenal. They taste great. And if you, rice and lentils together is probably my favorite combination. Lentils are a superfood, and you're crazy if you're not eating them. And lentils have the highest protein to carb ratio out of all the beans and lentils, because I looked at that today. And so we're gonna do some math real quick. So we have 13 servings, and each serving needs, you do this 3-to-1 lentils to water. That's the rule, 3-to-1 lentils to water. We got water coming in hot. This ratio is a 3-to-1 water to lentils ratio. So however much lentils you have, just 3 times that for the amount of water. And that's how much water you will need for your lentils. And the reason we add water into this giant dish is because the lentils is going to absorb all this as it cooks. And so it's not going to be watery in the end. Now I know what you're thinking, Presley, lemon juice, what's going on, dude? Seriously. Or maybe by now you've just come to expect this. And lemon juice is an acid. It's going to, again, break down the meat, but also bring out other flavors inside this dish. We've got a salt, we've got a sour, we've got an acid, and these are going to really amplify all of the different flavors inside this and give the dish more body, more boldness. And this is one of the ways that restaurants give you more flavor, and why food tastes a little bit different from restaurants. They know that there are certain things that they can put in their food to really bring out all the flavors and richness of the dish. Literally gonna think I'm doing that. Now we've got some nice olive oil. Get it open. Okay, now it's time to get dirty. I'm not gonna lie, I did look around for some giant cleaning gloves that had been unused and see if I could use those to do this, but I didn't have any, so we're getting the paws dirty today. And I know what you're thinking, this looks terrible right now, and I agree. Absolutely terrible right now. But stay tuned for the finished product. The finished product is gonna blow your mind. It's so good. And then, so once that's incorporated a little bit, I start adding all my spices. In hindsight, I could have put more of all of these spices on, but the prevailing flavors are really the ginger, the garlic, and the onion, and those remain unmatched. Curry powder is awesome. It's going to add a little more flavor to this. This is more of the Indian Asian cuisine. Oregano is awesome as well. Good spice. And there's not really a method or a madness for any of these spices. This is Miss Nang's ground spice. It's absolutely awesome. Miss Nang is a Thai lady that owns a restaurant in my hometown, and I used to work for her, and she ground up some of her spices and gave them to me when I stopped working there because I always put them on all my food. They're extremely spicy, so I use them very sparingly in this. All of these spices don't really have a method or a madness, but the important things are just that you spice your food because, boy, we don't want to eat bland food. Basil. Come on. What are these made for? Got some thyme. Cumin is extremely strong, and maybe I'm sensitive to cumin, but cumin is extremely strong to me, and it's not always good to me. There are some times that I've had cumin and over cumin my food, and I'm like, ew, this is nasty. And again, cinnamon, you're probably going, what the hell, Presley? Cinnamon, I don't know why it's in there, but yeah, that's what they do. Smoked paprika is absolutely phenomenal. Once you go smoked, you never go back. It's way better than regular paprika. And now we're going in for the second mix with all the spices. It's awesome. And I think that now it looks a little more edible, but as you'll soon find out, the finished product is absolutely phenomenal. So the finished product, the day has come. We've put everything in the freezer, we've prepped everything, and now it is time to do the finished product, to do the unveiling, the reveal. So this is frozen right now, and I take it out in these single serving bags. These servings are about 12 ounces a piece, and I think that puts about 8 ounces of meat in each serving, roughly. It could be plus or minus. And I'm going to start cooking my rice. I wash my rice 3 times. So we've got our frozen meat package, and then we're going to start with our rice. With our rice, I do about 3/4 of a cup of rice. And what's important with rice is to make sure that you wash it. Washing your rice will make it less sticky. The individual grains will separate better. And I have a rice cooker as well. You can invest in one of those. Super easy, just one button. Again, this only takes me about 10 minutes to fix every night, and I eat it in about 10 minutes. So I'm all in for dinner in 20 minutes, and that's faster than I could drive anywhere, go get food, and come back and eat at my house. That would take even longer. I also sometimes like to put some sauerkraut on top because it just adds a little more flavor to it, and it's good. It's raw. It's going to be good for you. I saw somebody else put it on top of their meat and rice, and I was like, yeah, I'll do that. And it turns out it's pretty good. I like to enjoy this with a glass of whole milk because I'm a sociopath. This is the famous meat mush, and this is what I will eat every single night of college unless I have other plans. But if I'm at home, this is what I'm going to eat more than likely. My friends have tried it. They like it. Sometimes they eat it. And it is an incredibly easy, healthy, hearty meal that's going to give you lots of energy for the next day, lots of energy for your brain, lots of good energy to work out. And this has been Presley Kane with Reframed. I hope you enjoyed this cooking video, a little bit out of the ordinary. But if you like this video, you'd probably like this video, because this video is where I talk about the methodology behind all this and what I eat in a day, everything I eat in a day. Thank you so much for watching. See you later.